रिसोर्स पर्सन जॉईन झालेले आहेत. गायकवाड सर.
सर एक मिनिट.
हा बोला सर.
हॅलो.
हा बोला ना सर.
सर आवाज येतो माझा?
हो हो. हा येतोय सर, बोला ना.
सर ज्यांनी समरी सबमिट नाही केली त्यांचे नंबर सांगणार आहेत का?
हा ते मॅडम ग्रुपमध्ये टाकतील. रोल नंबर 67.
येस सर, थँक्यू.
बरोबर सर.
येस
अरे सर फोनने माझा कॅमेरा अनम्यूट करायला सांगा, म्यूट केलाय. समरी रीड करायचे, ते बायोडेटा रीड करायचं.
ठीक आहे.
हा चालू झालं.
येस.
हॅलो.
Welcome, sir. Gaikwad, sir. Professor Gaikwad, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for accepting our invitation, sir.
Thank you very much for calling me.
Hello, Chavan sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I read your biodata?
Yes, sir. Sir. Yes, you continue.
Hey, everyone, good afternoon. Myself, Assistant Professor D. Pawar, working as an Assistant Professor in Venkatesh Mahadel, Excellency, Kolhapur. This is third time I'm going to the biodata of one eminent person and well-established person, Professor Sunil Gaikwad. He is working as a professor in Shivaji University in subject of zoology. His education qualification is he has completed BSc in subject of zoology with A grade. He has completed MSc also in the subject of zoology, specialization with entomology with A grade. He has completed his PhD in zoology with specialization in entomology. His total teaching experience is near about 25 years in UG and PG level. He has guided and guiding total 13 scholars for PhD course. Among these, 7 students has been awarded PhD, and since 6 students are pursuing their PhD under the guidance of Professor Gaikwad sir. His research project has been completed or going to complete. His contribution in the research projects are: first is his 3 years project sanctioned by CSIR New Delhi, amount to 18,73,000. The second project of 3 years sanctioned by UGC New Delhi, amount rupees 9,19,800. His third project of 2 years sanctioned by Shivaji University Kolhapur, amount rupees 2,25,000. His fourth project of 2 years entitled from Amboli Research Forest, Maharashtra, India, amount rupees 2,87,500. His total sanctioned project amount is 33,05,300. He has been published near about 91 papers in the various journals, and 6 publication papers are in process. He has wrote 2 books and 5 chapters in the books, and he has also presented 16 papers at international conferences and 30 papers at national conferences. He has been participating in various workshops, seminars, training programs. This number is 10. He has participated in 5 webinar seminars, and he has organized 2 seminars also. He has been invited as a guest lecturer, guest as 13 places. He has worked in editorial board member in University of Sindh Journal of Animal Sciences. He has worked as journal referee in various journals. He has been worked in various professional bodies like life member of the Indian Sciences Congress Association Kolkata, life member of Entomology Science Society of India, AIRI New Delhi, member of Shivaji University PG Teachers Association Kolhapur, member of Shivaji University Students Alumni Association Kolhapur. He has been awarded as Best Paper Presenter in International Conference at Paris, France, and also awarded in the 2 other conferences in India like Sunday Soundbody. He has also worked as an administrative officer on so many professional bodies in Shivaji University Kolhapur. So it is not possible to read the detailed biodata, whatever has been provided to us. But I have focused on important contributions of Professor Gaikwad when I have read the biodata. So lastly, I am very thankful to the MMTC Dr. Bamu for organizing this RC disaster management program and over to coordinator. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Gaikwad, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you can start and you take your own time. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. So in the beginning, I thanks roll number 19 for the introduction. A very nice introduction of this. And I would like to thank Professor Ram Jawan for inviting me for this refresher course in disaster management. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to share one important thing is that Professor Ram Chavan sir asked me for the lecture in this refresher course on disaster management, and I instantly replied that disaster management and my subject area, how it is possible. Then he suddenly said, insect pest is nothing but the disaster for human beings, and on that particular subject you can talk. And then I accept his invitation for this refresher course. So for this refresher course, I'll deal with the insect pest and their management. So no doubt insect pests are the very menace nowadays, very harmful to us in all the ways. They are attacking our crop systems, our many things in houses. They are responsible for any diseases, and that's why they are very, very important as far as human beings are concerned. And you know that insects are dominant group of organisms on this globe. They contribute 70 to 80% or more than that among the kingdom animals. So whatever animals are there present on this globe, so insects contribute nearly 80% among them. That's why they are dominant group of organisms on this globe. And they are beneficial also. Not all the insects are harmful to us. So many of the insects are beneficial to the human being. They are helping us with many things. But on the other hand, they are actually harming us by many different ways. And on that, I am going to speak today. So let us begin with the presentation here. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So here my topic is insect pests and their management, and we'll see first the what is pest. So we should know the definition of pest in layman's terms. You know that pests are the organisms, any organism, not only the insects. So whatever organisms are there, and if they are disturbing human life, they are considered as a pest. So any organism, for example, rat is another animal which is also pest. So here, pests are organisms that disturb human life, and as far as the scientific definition is concerned, we see the organisms which are damaging our plants, cultivated plants, our forest, our storage products, many books are there, many storage grains are there. In domestic products, our animals are there. And other aesthetic qualities, for example, many things are aesthetic, which are also destroyed by the insects. And if these things are destroyed by the organisms, they are considered as pests. And insects, one of them. So here, which are these pests? These are insects, these are nematodes, these are mice, snails, slugs, vertebrates like rats, birds. So many organisms who are actually responsible for the destruction of our property, our health, and many things are with us. And they are actually categorized into many groups like agricultural pests, forest pests, household pests, medical pests, aesthetic pests, and veterinary pests. So we will focus today on the different types of pests and their management. So in true sense, why these pests are actually now disaster for a human being? This is the most important question, because since beginning when globe or the nature is on this globe, from that these pests are present on this globe, but nowadays they are become a disaster for us. Why? It is only due to the anthropogenic activity, because here we have disturbed the ecological balance, we are polluting the things, we are invading their habitat. So many anthropogenic activities are there which are responsible for the pest outbreaks. And that's why now they became a disaster for human beings. So let us have a look on the types of pests, insect pests especially. So we will focus on entomology, and these are what the pests, the defoliators. And defoliators, that means those insects which are disturbing, destroying our crop systems or plants, feeding on their leaves and growing shoots. So if any insect is feeding on leaves or the plant parts, that type of insect is the defoliator. For example, grasshoppers. So many grasshoppers are there, many caterpillars are there. They are feeding on the growing shoots or the leaves of plants. They are considered as defoliator. Then skeletonizers are also there. So some insect groups are skeletonizers. That means they eat all of the leaf extracts. And you see here, in this picture, this is the part of leaf, and you may have seen the leaf of Textona. That is Textona, Eutextona naturalis is the pest, and the Textona grandis is the name of plant. That is sagwan. Okay, so this kind of feeding, if happen with the leaf, then that type of pest is the skeletonizer. So example is here the Textona grandis sag plantation, where you can easily see this kind of damage to the plant. Then you see here sapsuckers. So this kind of pest, sapsuckers, you know that the aphids, mawa jalapan to mawa, tudtude, aphids, phyllis, then jesses, cane insects. So these are the insects, and these insects insert their mouth parts in the tissue of leaf or tender shoots, and they feed on the plant juice. And that's why they are called sapsuckers. They suck the cell sap of the plant. So defolators, skeletonizers, sapsuckers, these are the types. And you see here, this is the piercing type of mouth part here. You can see aphids. So lakhs of aphids, if attack on the plant, then definitely that plant will harm severely, and there will not be any seed production or the crop yield. So These are the saps. This kind of pest is what? These are related to the tree trunks or tree shoots. So these are what stem borers and the bark feeders. So there are some group of insects, and these group of insects actually damaging the internal tissue of the plant. So they may feed on bark of living tree or dead tree, and that's why there is a stunted growth, there is a death of plant even. For example, you know that the mango stem borer. So this figure is what the mango stem borer or larvae, that is the internal tissue, is eaten by this mango stem borer larvae. That's why there will not be any growth of plant. Mango tree is severely affected in Konkan area due to this mango stem borer. So here, this is one of the types of the insect pest. And other things are here. So in this case, you see fruit borers, you know that in pomegranate, tomatoes, even peas, many caterpillars are feeding. These are what? Fruit borers. Then pod borers, our gram is there, harbara, घाटे आळी म्हणतो आपण त्याला. That is what gram pod borer. Legumes are there. So these are the insects which are boring these pods. And there are some insect groups which are living in the soil, which are the root damaging pests. So all fruits, then roots, every part of the tree or the plant is damaged by the insects, and accordingly they are segregated into different groups. Besides these agricultural pests or the tree pests, some other pests are there which are living with us. For example, the ectoparasites which are present in our houses or on our body. For example, louse, head louse or body louse. Then bed bugs are there. Some cockroaches are there, household pests. And books or silverfish. So many insects are living in the house, and if they are responsible for the damaging our properties, they are the household pests. So that kind of pest is there, and you see many pests are present with us, nearby us, or around our houses and in the fields also. So here, let us see first group, stored grain pest, because it is a very, very important type of insect pest, as we are daily using these grains for our day-to-day consumption. So you know that the cereals and pulses, cereals, for example, the jowar, maize, and our wheat, these are the cereals, pulses, you know, then the black gram, many pulses are there, which are the staple food of Indian people. And you see here, these pests which are associated with the stored grains are actually damaging at higher rate. So this is the type of pest, you know, that they are having high rate of multiplication, and within a single season, if the due care is not taken, you may lose 10 to 15% of the grain. And not only this loss, but due to the infestation to this grain, it destroys 10 to 15% of the grain. But on the other hand, there is undesirable odor and flavor, and because of that, we cannot consume such destroyed grain for our daily use. See how many insect species are there. Generally, what we see, only 2 or 3 species of insects we see in our wheat or in jowar or in pulses, but there are nearly 1,000 species of insects associated with this stored grain pest, and mostly they are Coleoptera, that is beetles, and Lepidoptera, that is moths, not butterflies, moths. So 60% are the beetles and 8 to 9% are the moths, and remaining 1% or 2% some other insects are also associated with this stored grain. As far as India is concerned, you see about a dozen species are present in India which are damaging the stored grain pest. So here, one picture is shown. You see here, these are the coleopterans, and here coleopterans and moths are there, and some other lice and some mites are also destroying the stored grains. And you see why this destruction is occur with the stored grains. You know that our old people that which are actually taking care of our grains after harvesting, they used to keep that stored grain after harvesting for sun drying. What was the reason? Because sun drying is the best measure to prevent the infestation of the insects, without which the moisture will not evaporate from this grain, and if moisture remains with the grain, definitely there is an attack of them, and hence the proper drying is suitable method to prevent the attack of stored grains. So if grain having less than 10% of moisture, then it is okay for storage. If it is a properly drying, well dried stored grains, does not have any infestation. If more than 10% moisture remains with the grain, then definitely there will be attack of stored grains. Let us see some examples of stored grain. Rice moth. It is the moth, and you see, you might have seen in your houses if storage grain is there. In many big storage boxes are there. Even old storage methods are there, in which rice is stored, jowar is there. And sometimes during rainy season, hundreds of moths emerge out from this, and they will sit on the walls of our houses. What is that? That is a rice moth. But if such moths are seen in our houses, then definitely you know that there is an attack of this rice moth with your storage grains. So this is rice moth, and its larval stage is a damaging stage. So larvae are actually damaging. Name is rice moth. It doesn't mean that it attacks only to the rice. It also attacks corn, pulses, gram, sorghum, maize, groundnut, nut, dry fruits, cotton seeds. So many stored products may damaged by this rice moth. So here only larvae are the damaging stage, and in what way it is damaging? No doubt larvae feeds on the grains, but there they form the silken webs, which guides Haliliasis Kumalatil. A sort of silk network is seen in that stored product, which is prepared by the caterpillars of this rice moth, and as they are feeding on the grains, no doubt the fecal matter is present in that grain, and because of that, the whole odor develops with the grains, and then that those products or the grains are unfit for human consumption. This is life cycle. The eggs, larva, pupa, and adult are the life stages. So eggs are laid in the grains by the adults, and then caterpillar starts feeding on the grains and pupate inside the grains, and then adult emerges after 33 to 52 days. The second pest is what the rice weevil. आपण त्याला टोके किडे म्हणतो, सोंडे किडे म्हणतो. Generally, jowar, it is seen, or wheat, it is seen. In this case, both larval stage and adults are destructive stages. They feed on rice, wheat, maize, and other grains also. Not only rice, but other grains are also destroyed by the insect grubs. That is what larval stage, which is also responsible. So both adult as well as larvae are damaging stages. Their life cycle: egg, pupa, egg, larva, pupa, and adult. 4 stages in their life cycle. And if you look at the picture of this wheat, it is completely destroyed by the rice weevil phytophilus. Right. So this is what the picture shows, the damage by the rice weevil. So here, one thing is important, that these insects are destroying the grain, but they eat a little but destroy more. So here, these weevils destroy more than what they eat. So destruction is more here seen by the rice weevil. This is what gram dhora or pulse beetle. याला आपण मराठीत भुंगे म्हणतो. जनरली मूग, चवळी, त्याच्यामध्ये बरेचसे ते भुंगे दिसतात. इट इज व्हॉट पल्स beetle. Cholacebrochus chinensis. So in this case, the larval stage, its larval stage is the damaging stage which fits inside the grain. So mood, peas, gram, cowpea, then arar, all these are the generally pulses are infested by this pulse beetle. And that's why it is a pulse beetle. And in addition to these pulses, cottonseed, sorghum, maize, to these also it is a damage. So you see the photograph of this, it is a moon, then the peas, and all these are infested by this pulse beetle. You see first photo of moon where the internal part of seed is completely eaten by this pulse beetle. Only the seed coat remains behind. So it is the very dangerous pest for the pulses. And in this case, you see is the same thing. Only seed coat is remain behind, and that's why this is not useful for the human consumption. It also has a characteristic of flavor, and generally the people go for grinding such product and they sell the flour of this product, but that flour is with the bad smell. So how to control this stored grain pest? As I said in the beginning, sun drying is the best preferred method, best curative method for the attack of this stored grain pest. So proper drying, then proper storaging, and here if storage is in the godowns or other big warehouses, so you have to disinfect these godowns by many fumigants available in the market. Use of fumigants, you have to pack or the seal all cracks and crevices present to the wall, so that some individuals may not be hiding these cracks. So filling of cracks, then crevices, holes of the godown, then fumigation of godown is important while storage of grains in godowns. In houses, proper drying is essential, and due care and also monitoring these grains at frequent intervals is also required to prevent the pest attack to our storage products. Okay. Let us see pest of fruits. Which are the pests of fruits? So whatever pest that we are going Is it okay? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think internet problem was there. So, pests of fruits, in this we'll discuss on some important pests of fruits related to some important fruits. And you know that in Indian scenario, we are actually producing mango and banana. And this is 40% and 26% respectively. So while production of mango and banana, we are contributing more as far as mango and banana production is there. And these fruits are also attacked by several insect pests. And in that white fly, you know that especially this white fly you might have seen associated with the papaya and guava. It's so very white patches, and these patches are nothing but the masses of the white flies, and these are the white flies, and these are sap suckers actually. What we have seen earlier, sap sucking insects. These are the sap suckers, and their stages are the egg, then larvae, and the adult pupal stage is missing here. So they pierce their mouth parts into the soft tissue of the plant and start sap sucking. And because of that sap sucking, the nature of damage to the plant is what? Both larva and adults actually suck the cell sap. And because of that sucking, you know that if you puncture the plant with the needle continuously, at that time there is an injury to plant. The same kind of injury is due to the attack of this sap suckers, and because of that, the leaves become curly and later they fall off. On the other hand side, what is the problem of these sap suckers is what? The food is more in water content. So in liquid food, cell sap contains more water, and that's why it is liquid in nature, and due to that liquid food, the larvae excrete honeydew-like secretion. There is secretion of honeydew, which is a sweet substance, and on that sweet substance, there is growth of sooty mold. Sooty mold, that is a fungal infection. So one infection is of insects and another infection is of fungus to the plant, leads to the formation of black patches. You can see on this leaves here in this photograph, black patches which are due to the attack of fungus on the secretion of this white plant. And because of that, it interference with the photosynthetic activity of the plant. And how to manage this? Here you see, if you notice such attack, you have to cut off this type of infected branches and then destroy. That is best curative method. And another thing is that chemical application in the form of pesticide, that is ethion, risopol. These are the chemical insecticides are recommended for sprays so that you get rid of from this white fly. Then another is what? Parasitoids and predators, which is a biological control that we will discuss later. The second is food sucking moth, and many you know that the Nagpur region where this kind of pest attack is getting orange. So it is what fruit sucking moth. So citrus, fruit, mango, and grapes, these fruit sucking moths are attacking. So it is the name fruit sucking moth, and generally moths are non-feeder, but this is what moth, which is a feeding moth. So this moth is actually sucking the juice from fruit by inserting the mouth part. So mouth parts are well developed here. So what happens? These fruit sucking moths punctures the fruit for sucking with the help of the mouth parts which pierce the mouth part and they suck the juice. And because of that, bacterial and fungal infection takes place at the site of attack of the fruit. And that's why fruit turns yellow and it drops off. So falling of fruits due to the food sucking moth attack, due to the attack of fungus, is the damage due to the fruit sucking. So here, to feed on juice of these fruits, this moth is actually piercing. That means it makes injury to the fruit. That injury enhances the growth of fungus, and because of that, the fruit turns yellow and then it drops off. So what we should do to prevent the multiplication of whiskers? We have to dispose the fallen fruits. Then we have to spray before attack. Carbaryl is there. Carbaryl is recommended. Then we have to put a bait format. So bait format, that means instead of this fruits, ripened fruits, moth will attract to the bait. And that bait is made by jaggery, wool, 1 kg, then vinegar, then arsenate is there, lead arsenate is actually the toxin which is mixed with the jaggery and vinegar. So jaggery is a sweet vinegar for attraction and lead arsenate the toxin. So if we mix this with 1 liter of water and if you keep this in your orchard, so moths will attract to that bait, and once they feed on that, they will die. So in that way, we can control the attack of moths here. In mango stone weaving, you see here the photograph of mango stone weaving. So it is many times you might have seen if you open the inner part after that, you know, go up on the process, stone or hard part. So in that, some kind of insects are out there, and that is what mango stone weaving. So generally, what happens? The larvae of this mango stone weevil initially feed on the pulp, but later it may enter into the stem of the plant. So, because of the infestation of this mango stone weevil, the larvae would always get spoiled. And after that, when weevil come out of this mango fruit, then it will actually be problematic for human consumption. So you have to destroy all fallen fruit. That is what it indicates there is the attack of the mango stone weevil, so that it will not proliferate or it will not go on another fruit. So here, the prayer is impossible because this pest is inside the fruit, and if you spray this insecticide, it will not come in contact with visitors, and that's why use of insecticide is not actually recommended for this method. Just for the destruction of columns, so is the only available damage. Fruit fly. So this is very problematic, very tiny insect, fruit fly or oriented fruit fly. But it is very destructive pest. That's for sure. Gava, you know that. Many times you might have seen some larvae present in ripened cow, peach, apricot, cherry, pear, chiku, in bear also, in citrus also, many small tiny larvae. Number of larvae they are present inside the fruit. What is that? These are the larvae of fruit fly. So fruit fly actually insert the ovipositor inside the fruit and lay eggs. And after hatching, these larvae feed on the internal part of the fruit and then they spoil the fruit. That is what problem of the fruit. In some cases, you know, cocoon disease is happening. For example, watermelon is a thing. So, In early stage of, that is in flowering stage, these fruit flies lay eggs inside the watermelon fruiting body. And because of that, that watermelon will not become a bigger one. It will not grow further. So this is what fruit fly, which is having wide host plane from many fruit. Egg, larva, pupa, delta, yeah. And you see here, this is an example taken here. You see, these dots indicate what the caterpillar or the larvae of fruit fly are the maggots of the present inside the fruit. And this is the internal part of the fruit showing the damage by the entire maggot. So maggots are very destructive, and because of that, they destroy food reminders. And it is what the mixture will be damaged by the fruit flies. In management, how we can manage? So harvest mature fruit. If you keep your fruit on the tree, and if it is over ripened, then definitely there will be fruit fly attack. So harvest mature fruit, destroy all fallen fruit, and plug around the tree. Plug around the tree, why? Because pupa of this fruit fly is present in the soil. So soil, where soil? Nearby the tree. So if you plug the soil or ground around the tree, then the tree will expose, and this exposed tree will be eaten by some birds or other predators, or they may die due to the exposure. So this is what the management is. In addition to spraying is recommended, Alaphia is recommended, and another thing is the nowadays you know that the Java is covered by some sort of sponge covering. Like that, you can cover the food, or you dip the food in sodium chloride, 5% sodium chloride. Dipping. For example, suppose Java is there, you can dip the Java in this. So sodium chloride, what is it? Is nothing but the what? Salt that we dip. So 5% solution of this, if you dip the fruit in fruit fly attack will be there. Another thing is that parasite. So parasites are also there. Neutral parasites attack of this, or it will minimize the concentration of this. Another butterfly, the pomegranate growing areas where this another butterfly attack is very problem. It is the best of pomegranate or anar. In addition to anar, apple, dates, citrus, java, yasai. These are the fruits which are also attacked by this anar butterfly. It is a butterfly. Generally, butterflies are beautiful creatures of the nature, but on the other hand, they are caterpillars, they start the best of many flowers. You know that lemon butterfly is the best of citrus fruit. So this is what anar butterfly. It is a best of pomegranate, and you see the caterpillars are damaging stages to feed internal part of the pomegranate, and you see once the attack is there, it will give off an offensive smell, and infested fruits are fall down. And once attack is there, definitely these are caught to lose their 40% to 90% damage to their fruits. So it is a very big challenge to prevent the attack of this anar butterfly. So the control measures are the bagging of the hormone, bagging, cover, then collection and destruction of pollen, infected fruits, then remove flowering weeds, because flowering weeds means in your orchard or the pomegranate, suppose there are some weeds. These weeds are the alternative host plants for these butterflies, or they will provide nectar to adults of this pest better. And that's why for feeding they will come, and once they got this host anar, they will lay their eggs on the push, and it will be attacked very easily. So don't keep the flowering weeds in your orchard. Another recommendation is the spraying endosulfan recommended nowadays. Endosulfan is banned. Some alternatives are chlorophyll or these are there. So by this, banana is don't think that this is banana. It is the best of banana tree. So this is what a larva adult there. There is probably most of the things this is the strength of banana. The old concept is run the root of internally and yeah, definitely right God and here sector India okay. How we can describe and filtering and fitting the suckers could be suckers around 8 from other these suckers could be used then you cannot plastic and prayers are also dying. These are can hard to avoid the of this banana. We come to the pest of it. You see here pest of wheel, cabbage. So there are many pests related to the vegetables. You know that even many farmers are using overuse of pesticide is there. Even then these pests are not controlled. If you go to the market, for example, if you take that flower, cauliflower, so in that many caterpillars are there, cabbage, many caterpillars are there. You go for brinjal, you go any vegetable, there is infestation of the insect pests to the vegetables, but due to this overuse of pesticide, these vegetables actually, I think, having many residues in them, it is harmful to us. So one is example that is cabbage caterpillar. You see a beautiful butterfly is there, but is damaging the cabbage, cauliflower, flower, coleslaw, turkey, radish, saffron, and other crucifers. So crucifers are emperor attacked by the cabbage caterpillar. And then another is the diamond back moth. It is the pest of cauliflower cabbage also. So here, here cabbage is attacked by the butterfly, cabbage butterfly, diamond back moth. And many crucifer of plants are also attacked by these two important vegetable pests. And this third potato tuber, so generally, I think there is no any house where potato is not used for consumption. So it is what the potato tuber moth, and this is caterpillar of this potato tuber moth. And if you cut this potato, you can see this kind of the damage to the potato tuber moth. So this moth is having many posts. So in addition to potato, it will also attack on tobacco, tomato, and brinjal. So this is the moth, and this moth is the best of potato, tobacco, tomato, and brinjal. And next is the brinjal fruit borer. It is the moth, and this kind of infestation you might have seen anywhere. So if you take out the this brinjal fruit borer, that is the caterpillar of brinjal fruit borer, it will show its activity vigorously. So in the brinjal, if you cut open the brinjal and if you got this, it will show more activity. So the brinjal fruit borer, which is the best of brinjal, that's why it is called brinjal fruit borer. So, but I think presence of brinjal fruit borer, caterpillar in the brinjal, it shows there is no use or less use of insecticide in the field, and that is good for human health. If you remove the infested part from the brinjal and if you use the remaining part, it is good for health. Instead of getting the non-infested brinjals, that indicates the overuse of insecticide to control the attack there. Then come to the red pumpkin beetle, and it is the pest of gourd, pumpkin, cinda, cucumber, and melon. So cucurbitaceae members are attacked by this red pumpkin beetle. So it is the pest of cucurbitaceae having vegetables, especially. Then Hadda beetle is another pest there, and which is what the ladybird beetle. Generally, ladybird beetles are the predators using the biocontrol method of the crop pest. But this is the ladybird beetle, which is the pest of brinjal, tomato, and coconut. So it is a phytophagous, and other most of the ladybird beetles are the predators of crop pests. But this is the non-predator, it is a phytophagous, and it is a pest of brinjal, tomato, and coconut. Then come to the veterinary. So veterinary care, everybody is concerned with the veterinary or domestic animals. If you know that the cow, buffaloes are the domestic animals, horse is there, sheep, goats, and if not, if we are not farmers, in many cases, dog is also there, cat is also there. So many houses are too. You see, these animals are attacked by several species of insects. And you see, these are mostly parasitic insects. Parasites we will consider here ecto as well as endoparasites. You know that parasites are ecto or endo. Ecto that means present on the body, endo that is inside the body of the animal. So you see here, the occasional ectoparasites are there, and you can see here horse flies, table flies, blowflies, buffalo gnats. These are the flies. These are not house flies. Remember, house fly is a different, which is not a parasite. It is not a parasite. It is a liquid feeder, feed on the sweet substances or liquid food. But here, these examples are the parasites feeding on some other animals. So they attack animals repeatedly for feeding and such blood, and there is no permanent affection. After feeding, they will fly out. This is called occasional ectoparasite. But they are responsible for having many pathogens with them, which is responsible for causing item disease. So they are carriers of various pathogens. So horse flies, table flies, blow flies, buffalo gnats, these are what? The occasional ectoparasites which feed on our domestic animal life. Permanent ectoparasites, example is the lice. Lice. Many lice are there. That is, you see here, they are attached on the body of host permanent. Permanently they are there. If you are not removing them from the skin of your animal, they will stay there throughout the life. So they damage the domestic animal in the way that they feed on dry skin and hair of animals. Sometimes they form a wound to them. And because of that wound formation, there is infection by the other germs, and due to that, it causes cutaneous liasis, wound formation, cutaneous liasis. And here you see, this is what lice and endoparasites. You see, endoparasites generally, for example, in human beings, endoparasites are the ascaris, or tapeworm. Dogs, tapeworm. These are endoparasites associated with the alimentary canal of human beings. But here, the endoparasites of insect origin are different. What they do, they lay eggs on the body, eggs are hatched out, and then their larval forms enter into the body. So through mouth or from the skin, these larvae enter and they start feeding on internal tissue. They start feeding on the internal tissue. That is what they are considered as the endoparasite. So examples are common horse spot, throat spot, warble maggot, cream worm. So you can see, you might have seen some sheep are generally sneezing in the rainy season. This sneezing is due to the infestation of this spot to the sheep. So many sheep are actually seen to be sneezing in the rainy season. So it is due to the infestation where the bot fly lays eggs inside their inner nasal chambers. You see horsefly here. Here horsefly larva, pupa and adults, and these are the eggs. Look at the egg figure. How many eggs are laid here? It is a big mass having more than 400 eggs laid by the horsefly. So most of horsefly are horses, mules, cattle, dogs, and rarely may attack man. So this horsefly actually responsible for causing surra disease, which is very dangerous disease, which is surra. And due to attack of this surra disease, here animals become weak, lose their weight, and become a wreck. So this fly transmits the vectors trypanosoma, here, avancy, and because of that, it is responsible for having surra disease in animals. So how control? Training of fishes, marshes, lake meadows, which are present near the table. Oiling of stagnant ponds. Why these water bodies or marshes or wet areas are targeted? Because these insects, these flies lay their eggs and feed in these areas. And that's why you have to look at these places first. Then spraying methoxypolypropylene glycol or pyroxene or piperonil oxide is recommended. So spraying on the body or to the areas where breeding processes are present. Blowfly. See, this is the picture, and I hope everybody has seen this fly. Generally, on the dead bodies of the dogs. On the roadside, if the dead body of dog is there or decomposing, decaying animal is there, on that you will see this kind of fly, that is what blowfly. So you see, these are the maggots of blowfly. How many maggots are there? Group of maggots, group of eggs are there. So many number of eggs are laid by this single female, and few bees are seen here. But in what way they are damaged? Generally, they are feeding on dead animals, carrion and cadaver, and infest meat in butchers. So their food is meat. It may be of dead animals or maybe of live. So generally, mutton shops are there. You might have seen some flies which are sitting on the hanged mutton pieces, meat pieces. Actually, they are here interesting meat because they are coming from the dead body or cadaver. So that's why it causes very interesting stage to the fish eater. In addition to this, they also attack on the live animal. But when there is an injury to the live animal, at that site they will go and lay their eggs so that the coming maggots will have food that means very easily, and that's why they cause meiosis there. The control measures: destruction of larvae after spraying the wound. So in the wound, hundreds of larvae are there. You will spray chloroform mixed with the water, and you can remove these maggots with the help of a forceps from that wound. And if dog is there or any dead animal is there, you have to dispose that dead body properly so that these flies will not fit on that and they will not actually contaminate the food. So here, these are the control measures. Louse fly is there, which is Hippobasca. If someone is having dog in your house, this kind of fly is called ज्याला आपण गोमाशी म्हणतो, गोमाशी एकदम उडते किंवा घरमध्ये जाऊन बसते, हात फिरवल्यानंतर लागते हाताला पण सापडत नाही लावत. That is what louse fly. So these flies are actually depositing in larvae. It is viviparous. They will not lay eggs. They directly give birth to the larval forms, and because of that, their multiplication is easy. So these fly adults are sucking the blood of cattle or the dogs, and they transmit disease also. So this is what larvae find. So for this also, generally what in pet shop, uh, soap is available or some chemicals are given, and due to this, what is these flies will not use it to animals, they will fly out. So penetration is recommended for use of this, or the delta methyl is also recommended to prevent this infestation to the pets. Then pyrethrum powder is also, and powder forms are also given. Just we have to apply on the body of the dog or cat. The flies will not come to the pet animals. So warble fly, it is again very important pest, and you know that this warble fly is associated with the cow, buffalo. Eggs are seen in this first figure, which are laid on the hair, pupa and larva, and then adults. See, what is warble fly? Warble means you can see this is the elevated part of the skin. So this elevated part of the skin is nothing but the lumps, just like lumps occur on the skin. You can see in this photograph on the neck or on the shoulder, you can see these are the elevated portions. Here in this, these are elevated portions. These are called warbles, and these warbles are due to what? The infestation of warbles. How it is possible? Because the larvae of this warble fly start feeding on the internal tissue of the animal, just below the skin. And then for pupation, they come out from this lump. So in these lumps or the elevated portion, there are larvae present. So due to presence of larvae, the skin part is elevated, which is called a larvae. And once there is infestation, the animal becomes restless and it will become unhealthy. Less milk will be there with cow and buffalo. And because of that, it is very, very dangerous to the animals. So, how to avoid the attack of this warble fly? You see, hair close to hooks may be cut to destroy the egg during the egg laying. Because near hook, these warble flies lay in hair, and after hatching, they will enter into the body, and then they will start feeding on internal. Another remedy is what? In the lumps or these warbles, you can open this warble and squeeze out the larvae of this lump or fish. This is another. And spraying is also recommended. So try chloroquine is a spray. Chemical insecticide is recommended here for the control of this warble fly. Screwworm, this is another domestic animal or veterinary pest. Screwworm, and this is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. Once this attack is there, the animal will become very restless. Rates of adults are present inside the body. Wound back activity. So it is an obligate parasite because without food cannot survive. So these dogs, cattle, pigs, and even humans, this kind of infection. In humans, that means those are beggars or which side. If they are not taking care of themselves, these humans, this kind of infection may happen. But sheep, dogs, cattle, pigs, in their it is a common. See, it causes anemia. This is the figure. After observing this figure, you can easily understand what is the meiosis usually seen. In first A photograph, you can see this is the hole inside which maggots are present. And these maggots actually start feeding internal tissue. Suppose this wound is of 1 centimeter, its opening is 1 centimeter, but inside or below the skin, it may have a diameter of 10 centimeters. That means 10 centimeter sac is present inside the body, below this, which is filled by the maggot completely. So it is very bad. So in this case, we see animal becomes and very bad odor is coming out from this plant. Yeah. So for this, chemical insecticide is recommended with ivermectin at doses of 200 mg. And this is an injection. So you can inject this ivermectin, and after that, maggot will kill. You have to take out these maggots. And now, medically important insect. See, here mosquito is a medically important insect pest, and nowadays mosquitoes are very problematic. I think out of 100, I think 50% or more than 90% people are actually getting troublesome from the mosquitoes. That is due to bites or due to competition. So mosquitoes in India, different and of these are the 3 genera found, and these mosquitoes are the medically important insect pests. So generally, the females of mosquitoes are responsible for spreading of these diseases as they feed on the blood of the mosquito. So they are the blood suckers, and you see they are responsible for transmitting malaria, which is a common and everybody knows. But nowadays, dengue, chikungunya, and Zika, yellow fever, and that is West Nile virus. So these are the life-threatening diseases they actually spread by mosquitoes. So anopheles is responsible for transmission of malaria parasite. Then it is actually responsible for dengue, chikungunya, Zika, yellow fever, and that is for West Nile virus. So these are the mosquitoes which are dangerous to us. Otherwise, they are present everywhere, so that it is very problematic if this care is not taken to avoid entry of these mosquitoes. Also, definitely, one of the family members will be suffer from the antibiotics. So we have to control them, because we know that their breeding sites are from aquatic bodies are formed, the storage of water where available. So spraying petroleum oil or a mixture of caustic soda, which will be destroyed into this place. Then you have to dispose the stored water for a longer duration, which will destroy the larvae, because in these larvae, especially Aedes mosquitoes, breed in the fresh water, and which anopheles is breeding the gutter or the stagnant water. So in this case, you have to throw out the stored water, or you have to take care of the water bodies by spraying this petroleum oils. And another thing is many repellents available in the market. Use these repellents in your houses so that these mosquitoes will not enter in your house and it will avoid this biting of mosquitoes to us. So in that way, we can prevent the transmission of diseases due to the mosquitoes. The sandfly is another insect which is medically important insect. First, and we see it is a sandfly, and you see here it is also blood-sucking insect. It sucks blood and transmits disease. That is the pathogen which is responsible for Kala Azar. Kala Azar disease happen in human beings due to the sandflies, where spleen and liver and last is seen, Kala. So in this case, cleanliness of human habitat reduces the breeding of sandflies. For example, if garbage is present nearby, if we have domestic animals and if you are present nearby, in these areas, this kind of sandflies are breeding. So we have to keep our nearby areas and house clean, humid region, so that there will not be breeding of these sandflies. Then house flies, everywhere house flies are there in our houses. Whenever you see house flies, there is a problem to us because they are contaminating our food, hotel food, anything, everywhere they are present. House flies. And you see, in what way house flies are damaging? Generally, these are the insects which are responsible for dysentery, typhoid fever, cholera, diarrhea, also spreading eggs of tapeworm, hookworm, etc. So other insects are responsible for 1 or 2 diseases, but housefly, it never feeds on our blood, never transmits any pathogen in our body. But due to contamination of food, it will actually transferring the pathogens which are responsible for dysentery, typhoid fever, cholera, etc. Due to contamination only. So we have to protect our food from the houseflies sitting, because houseflies are sitting anywhere, and if that area is actually already having these pathogens or germs, then when that fly visits to our house and then sit on our vegetables, definitely there is a contamination, and if we eat such food, we are sick with it. So it is our duty to take care of houseflies. First, protect food from houseflies. And for that, sprays are available, even beds are available today. So chlordane, formalin is also effective in masking of the flies. So insecticides are available, beds are available. So always keep your house clean and avoid entry of houseflies within the house. Then human laws, you see here generally 3 types of human lives are present associated with human. That is head louse associated with the head, then crab louse, body louse, crab louse associated with the pubic area, and body louse anywhere on the body. So these are the lice which are the ectoparasite of human beings, and they are also responsible for identity. So they are blood suckers, even the thermal skin is also eaten by this, and generally they are associated with the dirty slum conditions, and they are responsible for transmission of epidemic typhoid, French fever, epidemic relapse. So this kind of spreading of diseases is after jails, that is prisons or hostels, where even in army areas, where crowd is there. there is a close contact of person which is already infected by lice, if it is in that crowd, there is an easy transfer of lice from one person to another person. So for that, there is recommendation of linden mixture can be applied with hair oil once a day. And then you know that anti-lice medicines are available in the market. For example, Medicare. And personal cleanliness is very important for the prevention of attack of these lice to our body. Then rat flea, this is what rat flea, you know that the name is rat flea. Pulex irritans, many species are there. The flea which is associated with the rat is different, associated with the cat is different. Some different species are there, and this is the insect which is responsible for bubonic plague and urine endemic type. So this flea is actually very dangerous as far as plague is concerned. You know that it is fast. The plague, just like coronavirus or pandemic, that time bubonic plague pandemic was there. So bubonic plague and urine endemic typhus, these are the two important infectious diseases transmitted by rat flea, and it also intermediate host of dog tapeworm and rodent tapeworm. The curative measures against these are how should be kept clean, well swept, and ventilated. Generally, these prefer the dark places. So if your house is with good light, they will not survive in your house. In addition to this, if your pets are infected with this lice, you use Chlordane, but with the less concentration, or you spray 2% Chlordane and lower or lower walls of the room. And then if lights are these fleas are present in your house, they will be killed. It will be spraying of this chemical. Come to the agricultural side, and here several agricultural pests are shown with live. So those insects which are feeding and destroying our agricultural crops are agricultural pests. So these are responsible for loss of cropping. We will discuss few examples. First is the Jowat Temporus Tylopartula, which is a pest of cereal plants, bajra, sugarcane, maize are heavily attacked by Jowat Temporus. Name indicates where it is attacked. It attacks on this stem. You can see in this pupae slide where pupae is there. So larvae are attacking on the nodes of the bajra, sugarcane. So all these are cereal, and it is the plant attacking the stems and destroying the plant. So in this case, you will see and we clearly see that they are attacking the stem, feed on the central shoot, and cause dead heart disease. Dead heart disease, that means further development will not be, the growing tip of plant is dried. So it also affects grain formation, and the intake, once infestation is there, plant will not grow in normal manner, contagious growth is there, and there is no crop yield at all when this same is attacked. Management, if you notice this kind of attack, collect and destroy these infected plant parts, then use resistant variety of crops, because nowadays the seeds are available which are having resistance to pests. If attack is there, the insect will not survive on that plant because plant is resistant to that. Then spray carbaryl endosulfan, which is banned nowadays, endosulfan. Some substitutes are available, and you spray this so that insects or the humans will not live on the leaves as pesticide is there. The paddy grasshopper, Hieroglyphus bunia, it is a pest of rice generally. It is also called rice grasshopper. But in addition to that, there are several species which are feeding on the leaves of grasses, sugarcane, and maize. So in this case, you see the damage by this paddy grasshopper, it feeds on the leaves as well as on the germinating, grain part also, developing grain part also. Both adult and nymphs are feeding stages which feed on foliage, and due to that, there is loss of the pollen. So huge loss is noticed due to the feeding on the leaves and growing part of the plant. And once they feed on one field, they will move to next field for feeding because they are in masses. And management is what? Destruction of eggs by plugging field. Now you may think that how eggs are destructed due to plugging. Because grasshoppers do not lay eggs on the tree, they lay their eggs inside the soil, in egg pod. So after or before harvestation or sowing, plugging is important. Because of plugging, the egg pods will be exposed and they will be eaten by predators so that there will not be formation of grasshopper. Then dusting of VSP, spraying of melathion is also recommended. Then aphid, as I said in earlier slide, aphids are the sapsucker. They are the pest of wheat, barley, jowar. Many agricultural crops are attacked by the aphid. Mawapan. Okay? And you can see here the photograph of aphid attack. In masses, they are attacking both larval stage and adult stage are sapsuckers, and due to attack, leaves become curly, and they also secrete honeydew-like secretion. Due to that, there is a fungal growth called sooty mold. If fungal growth is there, there is a problem of photosynthesis, and due to that, there is a contained growth. Management, selection, and destruction of infested plant parts along with pest stages. Then aphids, actually, it is a food of ladybird beetle, and that's why the predator use is also recommended, and without chemicals, there is no control. Roger azadirachtin sprays are recommended for control of aphids. Gram pod borer, ज्याला आपण घाटे अळी म्हणतो, घाटे अळी, serious test of gram, or that is cowpea, soybean, cotton, wherever, so wide host range. In this case, you see soybean, cowpea, cotton, sorghum, maize, tomato, corn. So wide host range is with the gram pod borer. It attacks on several plants, and you see here the early stages of this gram pod borer are feeding on the leaves, but later stages feeding on the foliage as well as on the developing pods. That's why it is dangerous, and the control measures are collection and destruction of infested plant parts, which is not possible in agricultural field because we cannot do this at large scale. But plugging and digging is possible because the pupae are present inside the soil so that we will check the population of this cell. Then larval parasitoids. So use of biocontrol agents are introduced. Spraying carbaryl, enzyme, methyl parathion, recommended. Armyworm. This is very problematic insect pest. Armyworm in Africa generally. Army name because it is attacking just like army to the crop. Tobacco, castor, groundnut, tomato, sunflower, cabbage. So these are the hosts for this Podoptera frugiperda. Is also called fall armyworm. If you touch the plant, the caterpillars will fall down, showing that we are dead. That's why it is called fall armyworm. So in this case, the larval stage is damaging stage, and you can see it is a growing maize plant and how it is damaged by this armyworm caterpillar. So remove egg masses and clusters of larvae and destroy them. Spray is a effective method for this because without spray cannot be controlled. Spinosauce, immunoxidil benzoate, and indole are the chemicals which are used against this Podoptera frugiperda. In white grub, we know that त्याला आपण पुंगली म्हणतो, पुंगली. So this is white grub, which is the best of so many crops, but here mentioned are tobacco, castor, groundnut, tomato, sunflower, cabbage, and sugarcane. It is white grub present in soil feeding on the root system of plant. And both grubs that is the larvae are feeding on root system, but adults are feeding on the leaves of plant. And once there is attached to the root system, plant becomes dry. And in this case, you have to collect and destroy the adult pests at night. At night, because they are resting on some plants, especially neem tree, you have to go there, you check the neem tree. These adults will fall down and collect them and destroy them. But another thing is that the treatment to the soil with some fungicides like metarhizium, which will come in contact with these white grubs and they will kill. Then seed treatment with the chloropyrifos before planting is also recommended. But the best measure is what plugging, because these white grubs are present in soil, and deep plugging will expose these white grubs, and the birds will pick them easily, and thereby you will control them. Another method is for this is over irrigation. Over irrigation is recommended. That is, you irrigate your field with the flood or water for more time, so that water logging will create the problem for the white grubs for respiration. They will not get the oxygen, proper oxygen. They will restless and maybe feel the with over irrigation. So by this way, this white grub, because in some areas, even in Kolhapur area, sugarcane fields are dried completely due to the attack of white grub. Just on the bank of rivers, this is a very big problem in Kolhapur. Then pink bollworm, this bollworm, BOLL bollworm, and you know that it is what the best major pest of cotton, and cotton is cash crop in that area. So caterpillars of this bollworm bores and attack flower birds, flowers, and bolls. Then due to this, there is a big damage to the crop, that is the cotton industry. form of giving percentage, oil percentage, and giving quality is also affected once there is an attack of this field flora. And that's why due care is needed, and you have to remove and destroy pollen cotton balls where the insect is presenting by sprawl or stubbles, the Hollywood remnants or start harvest elements. In that also pupae may be present. And off-season cotton sprouts also we have to discuss. Then uprooting of cotton stalks is there. Fumigation by methyl bromide is also recommended. Then carbaryl cypermethrin sprays are also recommended to control this pink bollworm infestation. This is another pest of cotton, but it is also attacking on okra, maize, and some other vegetables like red cotton bug. And this red cotton bug is the sucking insect, nymph and adult, suck these plants out from the leaves, growing food and fall also. And due to that, they will adversely affect on the quality of winning and egg content of the seeds. And that's why it is also major pest for this water. And here the management is possible by mass killing of the nymphs and adults by hand picking because they are larger in size. So you can collect them and destroy them. And plugging the field to destroy the eggs, if the soil eggs are present, so they will be mass emerge in particular season. Before that, if you plug the field, you will expose the eggs to the sunlight and there will not be hatching of eggs. Then saving methyl paraffin then recommended the red cotton bug. Now, these are the pests that we have seen. But besides, already simultaneously we have discussed about the control of particular pest, how to control that. But as far as pest management concept is concerned, there are different methods of control of pest that we will brief now. The cultural control, in this case, plugging, as I said, plugging is essential to expose eggs or pupae, then hoeing. So this is what hoeing with the help of that the hoeing is being done so that the whatever soil insects are present there, they will be exposed. And then weeding, weeding is also important because the soil or nearby growing crops, some insects like the white grub is present that may be exposed and may be removed from the thing. So this is what cultural, so tillage, clean seed, irrigation, fertilizer, clean culture. So these are the things comes under what the cultural methods. So in this case, tillage, proper studying and management of soil is important by plugging and weeding and you should use a clean seed because if seed is used which is already infested, it may infect your crop system. Irrigation, so flooding, as I said, flooding before harvesting or before after harvesting, flood the your area or the farm so that the insects which are present in soil may be killed. And in this case, fertilizer is also important. Use of healthy and rigorous plants is here can resist the attack of the weather. So in this case, you see NPK, that is the fertilizer which is having nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium. You use this kind of fertilizer to extend so that the plant will become healthy. That plant resists the attack of the weather. In clean culture, that is what if your crop system is clean, so you can just spacing, spreading, chopping, burning, so everything. The clean culture is recommended here. If your crop is clean without then proper space is there, then seeds are used in good quality. And so that is also one of the control measures of the survey. Crop spacing, crop rotation. So don't go for the similar type of crop in that year. So you have to change the crop, one crop in this year, next crop that will be different crop in the next year. Then like that you have to rotate the crop used in your field. Then intercropping is also recommended. In this picture, you can see there is a cabbage and there is a marigold plantation. This kind of practice is also reducing the pest attack. The trap cropping is also recommended. Trap cropping is what? So major crop is there, but in addition to that main crop, some other crops are also used in between the lines of major crop or around the field. These trap crops are used. For example, here if you see the castor, it is a trap crop, but the main crop is cotton, and you have to use this castor plantation around your cotton mill crop. So it will control the belly cover part. Like this, soybean, it is a trap crop, and maize is the main crop. So inside maize is outside. So in this also belly cover part is controlled. So by this trap cropping, so you prevent the attack or minimize the attack or pest to your main crop. So weeds, weeds must be survive. So these weeds are actually host for many insect pests, and that's why your area must be weed free. Then pruning and thinning, proper pruning, that is cutting off undesirable portion of planting. Why? One important thing is that time of sowing and harvesting. So what is season? We have to see about the so if you sow your seeds early, so your development of plant will be early and it will be the only option before the insect or attack, because in other areas there will not be any crop, so that only option is your plantation, your crop, and that's why insects will attack on your plant. So time is important for sowing and harvest. Then mechanical controls. In this mechanical control type, you see hand picking. So insects can be hand picked, and you can collect them and destroy. So by hand picking method, you may control insects are there. Then mates are here. Collection of adults with handmade. For example, pomegranate butterfly. So you can collect that butterfly with the help of net, and you will reduce the population of this butterfly. Because if you collecting single butterfly, and if suppose that female is having the capacity of 30 egg laying capacity, 30 eggs. So 30 individuals you are controlling by collecting one single egg. So that is what the use of handmade for collection of adults. Then pitching and cooking. So house flies, killing, you know that cooking. Then here they say the white cup adults are collected by beating the branches of neem tree. So like that, here fly trapper. So house flies can be killed by fly trapper. Lakers with brooms or ornithopsis. So coconut palms, the rhinoceros litter can be picked out of the hole with the help of cooked wood made of fly, or beating the neem tree branches. You will collect the adult white cup pitcher. checking or sharing is also one of the methods. And feeding and winnowing. So जे आपण धान्य चाळून घेतो किंवा वारे देणं प्रकार. So with this, you will separate the insecticides which are present in your fence, and also you will remove the unwanted things from your storage product. So in this case, you are example in Tribolium castellum, Trogoderma granarium, which are present in wheat or jowar. So you will remove by this sealing and sealing method. And mechanical traps, cricket traps are there. So by using such traps, you may collect crickets. So crickets are also pressed, and here, this is what the trap used to control the cricket. And housefly traps, you know that there is a simple box, and that box is with piece of steel cake, and there is a one side opening, and from that opening, insects will enter into this trap. So here, this is a simple method to control the housefly. Then you see here light traps. In the evening, you may use these light traps in the field so that insects will attract to the light and they will be captured in these light traps. Then air suction traps are also recommended, available in the market. So in this case, these are especially designed for sword-billed pests, and in this case, electric traps are there. So in some, hotels you might have seen some UV lights are seen. These are nothing but these light traps which are controlling the insects there. And these are sticky traps, which is common. The insects will stick to these yellow sticky traps so that there is a control of the pest. And this is what pheromone trap, which is specially designed sex pheromone trap, in which the synthetic sex pheromones are used, and the opposite sex thinks that in this case, the female is there, and that male is attracted to that trap, and in that trap, the male is caught. So in this case, once the opposite sex is trapped there, here mating is avoided, and because of that, there is a sex in population. Okay. Then biological control, very simply, chemical control is not good for human health or environment, and that's why biological control is recommended. The use of parasiticides. So parasiticides are generally the insects which are killing the insect. So there are different types of parasiticides. For example, egg parasitide is here, larval parasitide is here, and then pupal parasitide is here. So egg parasitides are the insects which lay their eggs in the eggs of insects, which are pests of. So here, the eggs which are laid inside the eggs of insect pests, after hatching, they will eat on the embryo of the pest egg. So here, there will not be further development of pest in this case. Similarly, larval parasitoid, the eggs are laid inside the body of the caterpillar or the body of insect pest, and after hatching, you know that the internal tissue of that host is eaten by the larvae which are hatched out inside the body of the insect pest caterpillar. And after that, they will kill the caterpillar with the larval parasite. Pupal parasite, these are the parasitoids lay eggs inside the body of pupa, so that pupa will not develop into adult because internal tissue is eaten by the parasitoid. So what are parasitoids? Parasitoids lay eggs inside the egg or inside the caterpillar or inside the pupa, which are the pests of crop. And due to the egg laying, the eggs are hatched out and larvae which are hatched out eat internal tissue of these life stages so that there is no development of pest there. So checking the population of insects. Predators, there are so many insects which are predates on insect pests. Here, praying mantis predates on so many insects. Lacewing predates on so many crop pests. Then ant lion predates on ants. Then ladybird beetles predates on so many insect pests. Likewise, bugs are also predator of so many insect pests. And here, redo-wheat bug predates on so many insects. So predators are the best option. And nowadays, ladybird beetles or the parasitoids or predators are available in the market because mass rearing of these insects has been carried out in national or international institutions so that these insects can be released in the field. They will lay their eggs inside the egg, larva or pupa of the pest, and there is a check in population of these pests. And it is eco-friendly. It will not pollute environment. It is not affecting the crop. It will not affecting the human. There are some other non-insect predators which are controlling the pest that is not available in the market, but naturally they are controlling the pest. For example, spiders, scorpions, birds are there, mites are there, lizards, snakes, frogs. So these non-insect predators also taking the population of the pest. Then microbial control, where you see microbial control is again another method, and it is very effective. So you see more than 3,000 microorganisms which are responsible for causing diseases in insects. Viruses, bacteria, protozoans, fungi, and rickettsies. Actually, they are very important as far as insect regulation is concerned. So you see here, Flatchery is the disease which is caused by virus and bacteria in caterpillar. Then pebrine, it is also disease caused by protozoan infection. Then nucleopolyhedrosis virus, it is the disease due to the virus. Granulosis is also the disease virus. So this picture shows the death of caterpillar due to the infection by the microorganism, either by fungi or by bacteria or by virus. So use of these microorganisms in the field, they will control the population completely here in the field, and it is a very effective control method nowadays. So let us see bacteria Bacillus thuringiensis application leads to the milky disease, which is controlling Japanese people. And fungus Metarhizium and Isophyll, which is the fungus which is responsible for muscardine disease. Then Beauveria bassiana is the disease of caterpillar. Even in silkworm, it is not good muscardine disease, but in other caterpillars, this Beauveria bassiana is used. Then Cephalosporium lacani, it is the fungus also responsible for the white muscardine disease. And now come to the chemical control. You know that chemical control, there are sprayers, there are dusters. So management of whatever that we have seen now, the different control methods and different insect pests, but whatever control methods that we have seen, which are not sufficient to control the insect pests, because without chemical application, control of insect pests is not possible. Because cultural and other agrotechnical approaches are not sufficient to keep the pest at such level that economic losses should be avoided. And you can see here the chemical insecticides are available for control of them. So we'll just go with this fast. Inorganic insecticides are there. Lead arsenate, calcium arsenate, that is green, and we have fluoride, sodium fluoride, sodium fluorosilicate, triol. So different chemical names are given, which are inorganic insecticides. Bordox mixture, you may be knowing. Generally, we use this Bordox mixture to test on the treatment so that there will not be attack of same borers. So sodium cyanide, mercury compound, phosphorus, thallium sulfate, borax, or sodium teraborate, formaldehyde. So these are the other inorganic compounds that can be used to control this pest. But organic insecticides are the important insecticides to control the pest. And you know that organochlorines, here DDT, which is banned, but DDT was the first organochlorine discovered by this Atmar Zilder, but its use was discovered by Paul Muller, which is in this photograph, and it was used against Colorado potato beetles. But you see here, this DDT was used to prevent typhus fever due to attack of body louse in First World War. So generally, discovery by different scientists, its use was discovered by different scientists against insects, but its use was against the body louse in First World War, which used the Nobel Award for this discovery to be Paul Muller. So Paul Muller was awarded with Nobel Prize in 1940. So this was DDT, but now it is not available in the plant. Okay. Then BSC is there. Second, it is also banned. At that time, BSC was available. And this BSC is actually in the form of powder, water dispersible powder, and it kills wide range of insects, and it is more toxic than bees, but it is banned in India. Then cyclodine compounds, aldrin, dialdrin, endrin, chlordine, heptachlor, these are the another organic compounds which are organochlorine used against a variety of insect pests, which are mentioned here. But last, endosulfan, which is familiar, and I hope everybody heard this chemical name endosulfan, which was popular among farmers because it was effective against many pests, insect pests, and it is also banned in India in 2011 because in South India, overuse of this endosulfan was threatening, and in generations there is a very big problem of health issues in the people which were exposing to this endosulfan application. Okay. Then come to the organophosphates, and this is another category of insecticide. And here, that organophosphate was used or synthesized as a nerve poison. It was synthesized as a nerve poison for use in World War I, but it was not used at that time. And this organophosphate in the form of parathion was introduced along with related methyl parathion. And this was popular that time. So see, dichlorophos, monocrotophos, phosphamidon, trichlorophos. These organophosphates are available in the market, but with different trade names. So every organophosphate chemical is effective against different type of insects. So for example, dichlorophos, it is a broad spectrum insecticide. That means it is effective against so many insects. Monocrotophos, effective against cotton bollworm, aphids, its like. So These are the organophosphates which are used nowadays and available in the market with different rates, names. Parathion, methyl parathion, diazonium, these are also there. But borate and thymate, everybody knows this borate and thymate. Powder, granular form. आपण थिमेट वापरायचो कुठेतरी टाकायचो वाळवी लागली किंवा काय साप आला काय having a very strong smell. So it was used by different farmers वाळवीसाठी तर खास उपयोगी. So it is effective as a fruit legume, tissue borers, maggots, leafhoppers, aphids, and lice. Malathion is also broad spectrum organophosphate. Carbamate, this is third category of insecticide, chemical insecticide. Carbaryl, it is a broad spectrum insecticide. And carbamazepine, it is specific poison, especially those are feeding on the cell sap or those are tissue borers. Against them, carbamazepine is effective. And some fumigants are also available in the market. For example, hydrogen cyanide, methyl bromide. Why fumigants? Fumigants are effective not in the field but in the indoor area. For example, godown is there. Then warehouses are there. There you cannot apply the liquid or the sprayers or dust. So just go for fumigants, open it, the fumes of these insecticides will go everywhere at every corner where insect is present because it is in the form of fumes. So hydrogen cyanide, methyl bromide, these are the effective fumigants which will enter to the respiratory system of the insect. It is present there and then insect will die. And genetic control is also there. That you know that genetic control. So it is a recent application where genetically manipulated insects are released in the field. Means what? Sterile males are there. Sterile males. So you expose these insects to the radiation, gamma irradiation, and then after exposure, it will become a sterile. Release that sterile male in the field, it will mate with the fertile female, but due to its sterility, the eggs will not develop into the further developmental stages, and that's why there is a check in population. So either you sterile male or sterile female, release them in the field, mating will happen, but that mating is a false mating. So it was actually conceived by Philip Ling in 1937, exposure of insects with the irradiation, and that's why there is a sterility in the insect which can be released in the field, and due to that there is a check in population. By this method, we see in 1958 to 1959, 50 million sterile flies of both sexes were produced, and there is eradication of worm population from Florida was done. So some botanicals are also available. You know that neem, then China berry, then chrysanthemum, tobacco, pongamia, custard apple. So their extracts are used to control the insect pest. And this is what's one example I want to tell you. In infestation disaster, you see the locust, migratory locust, and these migratory locusts are the disasters for crop system. You see, this is one image where the migratory locust can migrate from, you see, they can fly for 10 hours, but can continue their flight up to 13 to 20 hours. They cross Red Sea, this is Red Sea, 300 kilometers, and they also cross, you see, Sahara from Sudan to Morocco by 5,000 kilometer distance. And in 1988, over 10 days of continuous life, they migrate by crossing Atlantic Ocean, and that distance was 6,000 kilometers. And recently, in pandemic, they entered in Amravati region also. Generally, they visit Rajasthan area from Yemen to Rajasthan by crossing 2,500 kilometers. But in pandemic areas, they also reach up to Amravati, and this is an alarming point for India also, because once they migrate, you can see in this picture, they migrate in lakhs, and whatever come in their route, they will finish everything, and that's why it is a disaster for crop system in India. So with this, thank you very much, and I hope I am actually able to tell you about the insect pest and their control. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir,
Yes, sir.
we will now go for the valedictory session. I request you to be present for this session as a chief guest.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
You please come after a break of
Sorry?
5 minutes. You need rest for 5 minutes, sir. Yes,
If
sir.
you are ready,
We will meet after
yeah,
5
sure,
minutes, sir.
sure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can we
Yeah,
continue,
please,
sir?
if you are ready, then we can.
Okay, okay. Rafi, sir. Gaurav.
हा सर.
व्हॅलिडिटीला सुरू करू म्हणा राफी सर.
हो हो ते सर जॉईन होत आहे सर आपलं सर 2 मिनिटं सर.
येस येस. So all the participants are requested to be connected for valedictory session. All the participants are requested appeal to present online for valedictory session. Your absence will be recorded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are present.
Gaikwad sir, good evening.
Yeah, good
Yes, sir, you are present.
Yes, sir, present.
Yes, sir, present.
Present, sir.
59.
71.
Roll number 19.
22 present. Roll number 58 present, sir.
Sir, roll number 59 present.
Roll number 7.
Sir, roll number 60 present.
There is no
66%.
any need to There is no any need to give presency. We can record it on your connectivity. Dear participants, please mute yourself.
सागराचे इतिहासाचे जनमनाचे गीत आमुचे जागराचे गीत आमुचे आकाशाचे गीत आमुचे सागर
Within a few minutes, we will start the valedictory session. So I would request all the participants to open their cameras. सभी participants सहभागी अपने कैमरा ओपन करें.
अभंगाचे ओवीचे माया बोलीचे वाऱ्यातही मराठीचे महंतांचे विरागी
Doro screen sharing completely stop करो पहले. Song भी बंद करो.
तंतु तंतु संघर्षाचा पैठणीत भिनले नक्षीतच पक्षी पक्षी विजयाचा
So just we are waiting for the director sir to join this cloud meeting. After that, we will start the valedictory session. And I hope that in this 12 working days, you have taken something in your bags and you will carry forward that message to your students, to your colleagues, to your friends regarding this disaster management. So Professor Patil sir has joined our cloud meeting. So within few minutes, we will start the valedictory session. On behalf of UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, I welcome today's chief guest, Dr. Sunil Gaikwad sir, to this valedictory session. Also, I welcome our course coordinator, Professor Ramrao Chauhan sir, senior professor from this university campus. Also, I welcome our president, Professor Satish Patil sir, director of this Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, to this valedictory session. At the outset, I would request Ram Chauhan sir to summarize the entire 12 days working to all of us. Over to you, Ram sir. Sir, unmute kariye. Chauhan sir.
Thank you, sir. The president of today's valedictory function, Professor Dr. Satish Patil, sir, Director, Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Dr. Rafi, sir, Assistant Director, all the participants from all over the country, technical staff of the MMTTC, and friends. It's my pride pleasure to welcome the chief guest of today's valedictory function, my friend and young entomologist, very renowned entomologist from our country, Professor Dr. Sunil Gaikwad, sir. I'm also thankful at the outset. I express my sincere thanks to the authorities of our university, particularly Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, and Professor Satish Patil sir for giving me this opportunity to organize such a multidisciplinary refresher course in disaster management. I am also thankful to Dr. Rafe sir, who has cooperated me in all sense during the conduct of this course. I'm also thankful to all the technical and non-teaching staff of the MMTTC for their kind cooperation. Dear friends, it gives me immense pleasure to summarize the course. During these 12 days online refresher course in disaster management, we organized near about 44 sessions in which more than 20 resource persons, which many of which are scientists, field workers, teachers, engineers, NGO persons, environmental scientists, chemistry scientists, geography and geology scientists, zoologists, civil engineers, the working personalities in the field of disaster management, scientists from the field of economics, computer science and physics have contributed their knowledge, their experience with the fellow participants. During these 44 sessions, I tried to cover a majority of the aspects of disaster management, such as basics of disaster management and preparedness of disaster management, different types of disaster management, such as natural and man-made disaster, various types of disasters which our society, our country and world has faced. Similarly, we have also tried to cover what are the preparedness strategies and management strategies for disaster management by the government and non-governmental organizations. We also tried to understand the geological and geographical aspects which are responsible for natural disasters and different aspects related to the man-made disasters. We also tried to cover the epidemics of different zoonotic diseases, epidemic diseases which our society has faced. Then there were sessions regarding the road safety, nuclear disaster, role of different NGOs and governmental organizations in the management of disasters. Then we have also sessions regarding the chemical safety and lab safety in the laboratories, and role of remote sensing, a new area in the disaster management, that is role of remote sensing in disaster management. And we also covered the how the insect pests are disasters to human society. So I have tried to cover many of the aspects. No doubt there are a number of areas which are left back due to unavailability of some of the resource persons. Particularly, I tried to call some of the doctors who are working in the field of different epidemics, but due to certain reason, it was not possible. So I have tried with the cooperation of MMTTC to cover many of the aspects, and I hope that participants have got many experienced knowledge regarding the preparedness of disaster, management of disaster, and how we can work as a master trainer after going to your college, how we can act as a master trainer for training the teachers and students of our institutions. So with this, I conclude from my side, and I am also thankful to all the participants who have cooperated in different capacities to conduct this refresher course. I am also once again express my sincere thanks to the authorities of MMTTC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Maratha University. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Rafe, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request our today's chief guest, Dr. Sunil Gaikwad, sir, to deliver a valedictory address to all of us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Director of Dr. Babasaheb Center of Preparation for authorities of and dear partners. First of all, I would like to thank the authorities and Professor Ramshaw and for the opportunity to be with you as a person and a future for this. Actually, research is literature sources for teachers and other stakeholders, members, crucial for facing and fostering the culture of continuous learning, ultimately benefiting students and in typical landscape, I think methodology and constantly making it essential for teachers to stay updated with just development and best practice. These type of research courses provide opportunities for teachers and learners to review and reinforce knowledge, learn new techniques, with knowledge and to their overall teaching. For teacher, I will just correlate this kind of research courses. These courses can help teachers identify address any knowledge gaps or that may have emerged over time to bring their increasingly needs of their students. This kind of courses contribute to the professional growth and development of teachers, boosting their confidence and motivation requiring such kind of certifications for their own students. That is, the professional growth is one of the issues of academic and conducting science by teaching teachers medical skills and knowledge. This kind of research approach can lead to students learning outcomes and more engagement. Here, literature sources can provide platforms to connect with their peers, their experience, and learn from each other who are participating in the courses or who are delivering the lecture. So there is exchange of knowledge, there is learning of new things in the field of academic education. The teachers need to witness their knowledge and teach to online. Teachers will bring education in order to continue providing students with high quality. So overall objective of organizing such research courses is to improve the quality of teacher and the quality of education. And I hope this research course will help to the faculty members of education participating in the course and in the beginning what Ramshaw told that I understand that many participants from different disciplines were participating here. Definitely, they will also get important knowledge of the course and they will improve themselves and they will circulate this knowledge. With this remark, once again, thank you to the organizers for the opportunity to participate in the Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I would now request our Honorable Director, President of this valedictory function, Professor Satish Patil, sir, to deliver a presidential remark to this valedictory session.
Good afternoon, all of you. I'm the guest of this session, Dr. Sunil Gaikwad, the course coordinator, Professor Ram Chavan, sir, the assistant director of this MMTTC, my colleague Dr. Rafi, and you all fellow participants. Professor Ram Chavan has tried his best to invite all the experienced and the learned resource persons to interact with you, to share their experiences with you all participants. I believe that he, as he told, that he touched all the aspects of disasters, particularly the life skills, what is required. And when we want to really become, pass on the knowledge to the students, what kind of commitments that we should have to the students, not only students, commitment to the society and the excellence. And these all experts might have shared regarding the basic human values to become a good teacher. And I feel that whatever the aspects which has been shared with you by all the experienced persons during the last 2 weeks, you might have well bagged all these the knowledge, and I hope that you will pass on it to your students. The success of the course that all the way depends upon how you participated in each and every session and how you interacted with your resource persons from time to time. I believe that such kind of refresher courses which inculcates the leadership values in us to become a good teacher. And as Chavan has rightly pointed out, the preparedness toward disasters, during the disasters and the rescue operations. These are the three main aspects of the disaster management. And the countries like India, where we know that we have a very less preparedness. During disasters, we are unaware of this. But you know that the countries like India, where we have a very huge momentum for the rescue operations. And I think that is the positive side of the country. And I believe that when we are going for the new education policy, we have to see that each and every aspect what you have interacted with all fellow participants will take it for the teaching into a teaching pedagogy. It will help to improve your teaching techniques. And the most important part that whatever the skill which you have received during these courses, you will try to inculcate this skill in your curriculum, frame curriculum. And what I believe that whenever we are going for the new education policy, we have to accept these 6 C's. One is a curriculum and content. Second C is connectedness to the society. Third C is convergence. Fourth C is the curriculum validation. Fifth C is for your community. And the sixth is for climate change. So such a changing climatic scenario, how to adapt training, particularly in case of disasters, and how to manage all the disasters, more or less, which are coming to our life. I think as you got learned from these the refresher course, and definitely we will take care that you will be a part of any of the see that the change is always for betterment. With this, I thank you all participants for your patient hearing during all the last sessions, and you have shown your keen interest and interacted with your resource persons during all the sessions. I also thank the course coordinator, my friend Mr. Ram Chavan sir, who tried his level best to brought every resource person who is found to be experienced. They tried all the resource person to share their knowledge with you with a participative learning. I also thank the technical and non-technical staff of MMTTC for their kind support, and I also thank for you all fellow participants that you enjoyed all these academic feast since last 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Indeed, this is the 22nd NEP Orientation and Sensitization course being run by UGC Malviya Mission Teachers Training Center, Dr. Baba. This refresher course in disaster management. And you see that this is preferably the last course of this academic year. And truly, the message should be carried forward as told by Ram Chavan sir that as a master trainer, you should carry forward the message, whatever message you have taken from this disaster management course to your students and to your colleagues and friends in society. So again, my special thanks to Dr. Sunil Gaikwad sir for sparing his valuable time and concluding this event through his valedictory address. Also, my special thanks to the senior professor of this university campus, Professor Dr. Ram Chavan sir, for sparing his valuable time planning and making this course a success. Also, my special thanks to all the participants, those who have been actively involved in this refresher course and disaster management 2 weeks refresher course. So before concluding this valedictory session, with the permission of President, I would request all the participants to unmute themselves. सभी लोग unmute करिए और हम सभी लोग एक साथ राष्ट्रगीत शुरू करेंगे. All of you unmute yourself. सभी लोग राष्ट्रगीत के लिए खड़े रहें. All persons are requested to stand up for national anthem.
Go.
एक साथ राष्ट्रगीत शुरू करेंगे. शुरू कर.
नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना तरंगा. शुभ नामे जागे शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाए तब जय गाथा. जन गण मन गाए, भारत भाग्य विधाता.
जय हे जय हे
जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
भारत माता की
जय.
भारत माता की
जय.
भारत माता की
जय.
भारत
माता की
जय.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Very nice,
sir.
systematically organized.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful
Thank you, Professor
session.
Ram Chavan sir.
Thank you very
Gaurav
much,
sir.
for this informative session.
Thanks.
Thanks to Gaurav sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, participants. The person who is doesn't send their summary or report, please send me on my mail, please.
Yes, yes, madam.
At the evening I am going to send you the